Hi everyone, welcome back to Just Justin. I am Justin, and on today's video, we'll be talking about cell phones. Do you remember what your first cell phone was? I know what my first cell phone was. Oh, I better get it. Hello, this is Justin. Well, wait, just a minute. We'll talk about it right after this. All right, well, yeah. Hey, I'm doing a video right now for my YouTube channel. I will give you a call back. All right, bye. All right, sorry about that, folks. I just had an important phone call there. All right, so my first cell phone. That was not my first cell phone, okay? So before we get into my first cell phone, I'm going to tell you something about myself. I thought I was cool. Yeah, I thought I was cool and, no one could touch me. I was unstoppable. So I had a 1979 Volkswagen Rabbit. It was a two-door. I put a brand new stereo in it. I put new speakers in it. It was pretty nice. For me, driving it at 16, I was 17 at the time when I got it. And I thought it was cool, okay? And then all of a sudden, these things called cell phones that you could put in your car started coming out. And I was thinking, dang, I wish I could afford one of those. But then I saw this in Pet Boys. I saw this right here in Pet Boys. Okay? Yes, it's a fake cell phone antenna. So I got it and I put it on my car and I had a fake cell phone antenna. And then I was like, I need a phone to go with that. So I took an old phone that we had because my dad worked for AT&T and he had plenty of phones. And so I took an old phone and just the receiver, not the base or anything like that, and put it in my car. This is what it looked like. And then eventually I upgraded to a fake brick cell phone. I don't even know what happened to that. I think it broke and it got thrown away. But yeah, so I thought it was cool. All right, and so it was about 1993-ish or late 93, 94-ish, where my dad, he worked for AT&T. And they were giving out free cell phones to their employees. And my dad's like, Justin, there's no way in hell I'll be using this cell phone. Why don't you use it? Because you want one. I was like, oh, heck yeah, Dad. I'll use it. So this is what we got. Yep, it's a brick. It's a Cellular One. It's by Motorola. Cellular One was the wireless carrier back then. It was owned by McGraw Communications. And so this costed me, it was free, and it was $52 a month for 200 minutes. And I couldn't use 200 minutes. I had no one to call. I mean, yeah, I had a friend call me and it's like, hey, what's going on, Justin? Oh, nothing much. I'm just driving around. He was like, what do you mean you're driving around? I was like, I have a cell phone. He called me when I was in California. I had this in California. And it was kind of nice talking to people all the time. But yeah, so this is my first cell phone, a brick. Okay, my wife hated that. Okay, I don't know how many times I had to go and get a new case because my belt clip, it broke. I was wearing on my belt clip, and then I just put it in my laptop bag, and the antenna was sticking out, it broke. Of course, it broke, it's way old. And for this one right here, if you wanted to charge it in the car, you couldn't charge it via here. These were for charging it on the stand. I have a stand, but I don't know where it's at. It's probably in a box still. But you had to take the battery off. Let me slide the battery off. So it looks like this. And then you slid the attachment for the car charger here and you plug it into your cigarette lighter. And then, you're like, yeah, I can talk. I'm just driving down the street. But the only problem is you had to say, all right, I'll call you back in 2 or 3 minutes. I'm getting out of my car right now. Yeah, I'm on a cell phone, but you don't understand. Then you had to take it off, and then you had to take the battery and slide it back in, okay? So you had to slide it back in, then you call them back up, and like, yeah, Oh, you had a bigger, thicker battery. I have that somewhere, but I'm not sure where. But yeah, that was my first cell phone, a brick. Okay, my wife, she did not want a brick, and so I talked her into getting this Motorola Flip. Okay, yeah, she liked that. It was smaller. Yeah, it was smaller than the brick. Yeah, but you had to, like, you know, Seinfeld with this cordless phone. I had to lift this up all the time. Yeah, so she liked that. And we use this for quite a while. My wife uses this for quite a while. And I used my brick for quite a while before I went digital. So I used Motorola. Motorola was the first ones I used. Okay, because they were the name in cell phones. But then when we went digital, instead of analog, we went over to Nokia. Okay? So Nokia. Yep, AT&T bought out Cellular One, or bought out McGraw Communications, which owned Cellular One. So we moved over to AT&T. Well, AT&T, it was the same thing back then, okay? So I went to this one. It was a Nokia. And then my wife went to the same one as me, but she likes dolphins, so we got her a dolphin cover. It was nice. Yeah, these are the ones that we used for a few years. And then at one point, Singular Wireless bought out AT&T. And yep, this one right here is a Singular Wireless. And it's by Nokia. So we went from Motorola to Nokia. And it was a good flip. I use that all the time. I had a little, case that went on my belt clip. And I carry that around with me. And then I eventually went to this one. Yeah, Singular Wireless changed their name to AT&T, and I went with this one right here. It was a little bit heavier than this one, but it was a little bit more compact, and it was a little bit more stylish to me. And then I eventually went to this one right here. And it was, you know, these ones were nice. I started connecting them to my Palm Pilot, and I would download all my contacts and stuff from my Palm Pilot to my computer to my phone. So, yeah, I didn't have the time. It was complicated. And then I eventually went to this right here. Okay? I like this one. It was nice, small, compact compared to my first one right here. Yeah, see, yeah, it was nice and smaller. Oh, and it's way lighter too. I mean, it was a pain in the butt to text. Let me see. Yeah, this had numbers on it too. Not numbers, but so yeah, this one right here, I can never text on. This one, I could text on. I think I started texting on this one right here. This Nokia one, because it went digital. All right, so we had a trend of Motorola and then Nokias. Okay, oh, and this one right here, I paid like $52 for unlimited minutes, and that included my wife's. So it was just $52 for two phones and unlimited minutes. And I think the text messages were like 100 at that time. You could use 100 for free. And then it cost 10 cents per text after that. Sending, it was free to receive. And I was receiving a lot of texts. But my most favorite phone. Okay, so right here, Star Trek, the original series. They had a flip communicator right here. They also had this in Star Trek Enterprise. And so this phone right here, Scotty, beam me up. Yeah, it looks like a Star Trek communicator to me. Yeah. So, yep, Star Trek communicator. I used this one for a while. I was texting on this for a while. Same thing. I would download the information from my Palm Pilot to my Outlook via the Franklin Covey software, then to my cell phone. It's the only way to do it, people. It's the only way to do it. All right, and so that is the collection of my cell phones up to 2012, I do believe. And so in the next video, I'll be talking about from 2012 on. All right, guys, I appreciate you guys stopping by and watching the video. And if you guys can, hit that subscribe button. There's a button right over here. And then here's the video. right here. You can click and watch that next. But I appreciate you guys. And until next time, we'll see you later. Bye.